All right, me and John Boy had an awesome adventure today, and we're going to make a couple points with you, so stay tuned. We'll talk about it right now. All right, John Boy and I got invited out to some private property, but the guy would not let me take a video camera, so I wasn't able to record everything as we found it, but we got some really cool stuff here. We're going to show you right now in just a second. But did you have a good time, John Boy?
I had a great time, man. It was awesome. Awesome time.
This guy has found a lot of Indian stuff on the property, and he said, go for it. So we took our sifters out there. We did metal detect it. I did get 3 buttons I'll show you in just a second. But the main thing was Indian artifacts. And so we actually got out there and we were sifting away. And one area seemed like they were really concentrated in one area there. So we worked it hard all day.
All day.
And we definitely got some awesome arrowheads, spear points, pottery, all kinds of stuff I'm going to show you right now. You ready, John Boy?
I'm ready, Steve.
All right, let's do it. All right, check it out. Here's an overview, all kind of, some of them are broken points, so we'll look at those in particular. But John Boy, what you got over here, man?
Well, a little bit of pottery up here. It's all different. No telling how old it is. I'm not an expert at that, but you know, they've got some stippling in some of the patterns. I mean, some of them are just lines, really cool. All of them are cross patterns. Some are dimpled.
Let's see
if you look at that,
that's really cool.
That is really cool.
How they do that. And you got a couple different colors here, too. Here's the one that's really orangey versus a darker.
Yeah.
Think it's just different clay they use to make it?
Probably so. It's of course, we've washed all this down, so it's kind of wet. So, but just the bewildering array designs on some of these. I mean, just the stippling and look at that, cross patterns, diamond patterns. It's just amazing. They were amazing.
And this has a lot of like rocks in it or something, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So when they were mixing that clay, they didn't care, right? They didn't care what they did. And I've read somewhere where they take it, pat it. I guess they patent it down to thicken, to make it stiffer, maybe, to hold together. But y'all can see the pattern. They did use some kind of straw or whatever to put onto it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Sometimes you'll find little holes in them. They tell me, I don't have one here, but I have found them with the holes in them. That's where they mended it sometimes. That's what I've heard. I was thinking where they pick it up, but one thing I read said how they mended it. So let's take a look at some of the points. I got a book that would show what some of these specific points would be and what age range, but they're going back pretty good. But this one here, that John Boy found, is actually a spear point. That thing there probably came way down here.
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah, that's a big spear point there. Some of these, and this would be like a bird point right there, I think. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool right there, John Boy.
I love that. That's a pretty little point.
That's a pretty little point right there. And somehow we find a lot of broken ones like that and all, too.
Sure.
I'm about to start off with some of the stuff I found here. I did find this right here. It's definitely a nice little colonial button, John Boy.
Right.
I think it says best treble gilt or something like that on the back right there. I'll put a picture. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I did read it. And it did have some writing on the back. 2 more buttons here. Hey, John Boy, you're good at telling the age. How old do you think that button is right there?
Let me look.
Check that out. John Boy's better at me.
I don't know. It's not back mark. It's kind of got rolled edges. I mean, I would say it's probably around mid 1700s.
Okay, well that's still pretty old.
Pretty old.
How about these two? You think they're about the same range?
Yeah, they may be a little later. Maybe a little later.
Okay.
They started back marking some of these. Some of the early ones were not back marked.
Now I did find a couple pieces of brass, of copper. And it does have some little design on it, so I'm not sure what that is.
It's just hard to say what that is.
But this is pretty cool here. This is a pipe stem. You can see it going through there. I'll put a picture up there, but it's got some definite design on it. It doesn't have any. Sometimes they put marks like JP or something, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't have. I don't have that part of it. If it did have it on it, but at least we know they were doing some smoking and some colonial days right there in that area. So if the owner lets us go back, we might have to go back and check that a little more and do some more sifting on that and see what we found on that. So let's look at some of the points that I got here. These are all small points here. And we switched up from metal detecting the field to sifting, and I did more sifting than John Boy did, I think. But anyway, we you can see these on the edges where they just chipped away at it to make that. Like that point, that's broke off of that one there. They get chipped up a lot, I guess.
They really do.
Yeah, it's a nice little point right there, John Boy.
That's an awesome point.
I would say that's a bird point, I would say. Mm-hmm. Then y'all know the ages of some of these stuff. Put it down in the comments. I got, somebody gave me a book one time that's got all of it in. And this one, somebody knows what that is. I mean, you can tell that's been worked. And it's in the shape, kind of like a big old broadhead, but kind of interesting shape, though. That definitely was worked. That definitely Indian made, no question about it. I just don't know exactly what that was used for. This is definitely spear point. They probably use something like that for like a deer. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's for a little larger animal. It's I don't know. It's just this area could have had Indians in it for thousands of years. We just don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. Same with that one. That's a pretty little point right there.
Beautiful point.
Yep, I like that one too. And you see where they just flaked it off, one little flake at a time to make that thing. And that's still got a pretty good point on it right there. Some of these, and this is like a, well, I guess that point broke off right there. Some of them are made different. This was kind of like a long, I guess they were tied around that to the air, but the tip on that was broke. Same thing with John Boy's over here with the spear point. Broke off right there. But same thing, that little piece on the bottom broke off there.
Plows are hard on them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They hit them up and break them up. But some of these, you can see that some of them, I don't know if that's one out. That might be the top of the jar right there, right? That might be at the top. It's smooth on the edge right there. Sometimes you see it at the bottom of the top. That's probably the bottom right there. Real thick. Look how thick it is right there compared to some of these other ones are really thin. There you go. That's the top right there. No question. See that straight line is not broken. That's just where that bowl, big bowl was. I guess they use that for water or corn or whatever, I guess, to carry around. I don't know.
Sure.
That's was their main thing to do there. Not a bad deal there.
It was a lot of fun. It was a fun hunt.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. That was an awesome hunt. Hopefully, we'll be able to get back to it again. What do you think, John Boy? You want to hit again?
Yeah, man. I'm ready. Anytime.
Me too, man. It's just amazing, all that pottery and everything, how they put it together and carried all that stuff around and all. But it's a nice break from hitting the beach. What do you think, John Boy?
Yeah, the beach has been kind of poor lately. I think the last time I went, I got, I don't know, 115 blocks, maybe got 7 coins. Terrible.
And I'm planning on going to the beach tomorrow with my friend Joe and Ash. You're not giving me a lot of encouragement there, John Boy.
It only takes one target, Steve. One good target.
Man.
And you know, a change of a tide, it could be it could be terrible for weeks, and one change of a tide, it's game on.
Get that little low cut here. One low cut here, you can get all your targets right there in one spot. So, and one drop target somewhere that everybody's missed or whatever, because there's been a lot of detecting in there, but not a lot of finds. But stay tuned. We are going. I have got planned to go tomorrow, so definitely an adventure coming up. Hitting the beach again, see what's happening. I haven't done a lot on the last couple trips. You haven't, but all it takes is one target. So we'll see what we can do. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below. What do I got to do, John Boy?
Subscribe to the Gigmaster.
And we'll see you tomorrow on another adventure. Stay tuned.